they'll be calling you radical. It's not 3/11 yet. No, the clock passed that long ago. So, let me explain. So, it's been reported that Russian troops have left the reactor of Chernobyl. Is that a big deal? Yeah. Now, let me explain why. Every one of those soldiers that was in there had been given a death sentence. Had them digging trenches around it, digging in, whatever. Now, head of the IAEA was there, supposedly. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. For whom the bell tolls. Every one of those guys will die. They'll die probably pretty quickly. They've been given a death sentence. Every one of them. So why about the people that work there? How come they don't die? They do. But they have protective gear, and they weren't digging trenches, but they do die. And the people that work there, now stay with me. There are research reactors there. It's not just the reactor that blew up. There's other reactors there, and there's some of the heaviest. Now, you can Google around, and you're never going to find anything unless you go to YouTube. That's where everything and anything's at. You're going to see videos of American firms, Oregon again, here we go, in there with all kinds of experimental shit going on. Lots and lots of it. So, as I said, sugar wars, textile wars, molasses wars, cocaine cowboys, plutonium wars. Putin got what he wanted in there? Oh yeah, no doubt in my mind. What did he want in there? Who knows what they got, but standing on the old Belarusia, Ukraine state line, turning holy water into wine, uranium-235, fuck, they're experimenting with all kinds of shit in there. So, did he take it? Oh, guaranteed he took it. Guaranteed. At the Big Z, there is more more uranium-235, which is weapon grades. So people think that, oh, uranium is natural from the earth. No, it's not. Not what they use. Uranium-238, they hex gas it. They spin it. They collide it. It's the most nastiest process in the world. And, you know, they create uranium-235, which has a byproduct, plutonium, among other nasty, deadly elements. But that byproduct, once it comes out of a reactor, that's why there are nuclear energy reactors. They're not there to make energy. They actually take more energy, most of them, to keep open than they produce. What? Yeah, the spent fuel's got to be kept warm. They got to be kept cool. So, uranium-235 is what we make bombs out of. And I'm sure I'm the guy that named it the Big Z. What do you think that Z on the tanks was? On all the equipment. Plutonium wars. I own that domain. So, I've been going crazy about this. I stood right here in 2013, 14, did videos saying just this. It is the eastern version of Fukushima. It's a fucking nightmare. I've done so much work on that reactor over the fucking years. There's more spent fuel, MOX fuel, above ground, dry cask containers of spent fuel there than anyone on our Earth. So, they say Putin's, oh, he sent these soldiers to, talk about kill your own men. In the Big Z, they're still there. The other reactor is over my dead body over on the west side. So, now, stay with me. Amano, who was head of the IAEA, I talked to him in Vienna, face-to-face, toe-to-toe, from here to there. Me and Sandra both. You really going to Fukushima? Yeah. They'll kill you. Oh, he went. I was in Vienna at the IAEA standing right there when I got word that he had died. I did videos of it dying of cancer, and they kept, no, everybody at the IAEA's arguing with me. Sure shit, he died of cancer. So the new head of the IAEA, I was in Vienna when he became the, the criminal. Will he die? I'm not so cynical I'll set an over-under, but I will set an over-under. These fucking people are beyond fucking, to their own death, disgusting. So it's come out, I battled Diablo Canyon harder than anyone besides Mothers for Peace, Jane and Linda, for decades. So, as I call them, the nuclear rally cheerleaders, who head of the NRC used to work right there. One's a little building here at Weber State. Jose Reyes, New Scale, in bed together. One of the greatest corruptions in human history is the New Scale sham here in Utah. Kenwood Financial, they work together at Idaho National Lab. So as I said, the NRC, the nuclear rallying cheerleaders, as I call them for years, sure shit, that's what they were doing. So they got rid of her and they have a new sheriff in town. He's been going after a few of them. He went after him at Turkey Point. He's been going after him. So he wanted a review of these last decade inspections of the NRC. So they used a new crew and went in there and fucking disaster. And I mean a fucking disaster. Nightmare. God, we're getting closer to 311. Oh boy. So they've been lying the whole time. You know, in the rest of the world, that's called fraud. People go to jail. But not in the United States of usury. Not the nuclear energy, as I call them, the untouchables. As there's finally Judge Adams in Ohio went crazy on the first energy nightmare and says, I want names and names. And he threatened to put the attorneys in jail. And they coughed up some names. So my guess is the FBI is probably closing in. I got a hunch here in Utah. I mean, I've fed them the goods on a golden platter. I've done all the investigative work on this. It's all there. Caught them red-handed. You know, corruption from hell, bribery, fraud. I mean, the original funding came from, look up Kenwood Financial. He's a South American gangster who's spending, I think he got sentenced to 70 years in prison. That's New Scale. By the way, nuclear energy is against the law in Oregon. But that's why they got them funded here, and they're based in Oregon. Tim Martin says they drive around Bugattis, whatever. And Utah's already gave them $500 million right out of your bill. Every single person that pays a power bill, they've already stole it from you. It's fraud. Not in the United States, not the Nuclear Energy Crime Center. That's not fraud. Oh, it's a little oversight, they'll call it. It's kind of like the Mox Fuel fairy tale in Savannah River, South Carolina. They go in and do an investigation of this, and they says they build the government for 70% completion. It's 28% completion. That's only 20-something billion dollars they ripped off. 20-something billion. Oh, a little oversight. Whoops. That's called fraud in the rest of the world. Not in the United States of usury. So the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, a.k.a. the Untouchables, they hire PR firms to try to attack Kevin Blanchett and kill me when I'm in Krogan. That's another fact, but do whatever the fuck you want to me. You know? It's kind of like Russia with Ukrainians. Do whatever the fuck. You know, and Jeff Bezos' paper and the rest of these panic papers are it's disgusting. This is one of the great, the March Massacre. Oh, fuck. What a horrific fucking nightmare. So, there's research reactors with American firms in there in Chernobyl. So, God only knows what they've got in there, as I call plutonium. Oh, meanwhile, what about that? Just wiped out and killed our Pacific Ocean. As I documented in freaking perfect freaking time. Maybe I can write a book, and what's that After Midnight book 37 years later? We'll all be dead. I tried, and I put all the information right as it was new. You're still waiting for the main event. Could happen, might happen. It happened on March 11th. We hit 311 yet? We're getting, there we go. Oh my God. 310, TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock, Ring of Fire. Whoa. So, we're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're really afraid of them, rightfully so, until they happen. And then we just ignore them. See no nuclear energy evil. Speak no nuclear energy evil. The sea. Oh, it sees what you see. Oh, it sees the nuclear energy evil. Sick fuckers. This country's fucking sick. Allowing that to go on. Imperialism. Their best crowning jewel. These imperialists. What is it? Oh, it's nuclear energy. Bezos, Gates, all just because they don't call themselves kings and lords doesn't mean they're not kings and lords. Price Anderson, free money. They'll never make one. Idaho National Lab doesn't have one. They never will. There we go. Oh, God. Still waiting for the same man. So, Sugar wars, textile wars, molasses wars, cocaine cowboys, plutonium wars. Every one of those guys that went in there, and both those Russians, every one of them be dead soon. They got a death sentence. And Putin got what he wanted and left. Who knows? Standing on the old Soviet Union state line, the imperialist king, this mass murderer. Huh. Let's see, maybe he can invade. He's already said that he's coming for Alaska. He said it multiple times. By the way, the Russian River, California, Moscow, Idaho. You know they claimed it as part of the old Russian Empire. He's already said that bullshit 2 cents a deal in '59. No, that's ours. So either finish him now or fight him on American soil later. Stay tuned.